tried their normal tactics, wasn't working. They resorted to some cheating here and there. They were on both receiving ends of some stink faces. Steve Sterling was on a receiving end of a suplex and a body slam from Big Booty Trudy.
That's some extraordinary power she showed.
Yes, very good leverage. And
it was a pretty smooth suplex too, I might add. I saw the video, and that was a really very, very smooth suplex.
It absolutely was, and it ended up with Sterling's legs on the ropes, pinning Trudy, and that was the way the match ended. And then the Players Club. Out came the Players Club again. Come out to run the ring and try to take out Big Booty Trudy and Guapo Grande. And out came Mick Foley. Mick Foley reminded Danny that he had a match later on, that he should be more worried about that than worried about this. And then they went to a fan. And they asked one of their loyal JCW fans what he thinks the stipulation should be for the main event. And that fan said that Danny DeManto should take on the Bounty Hunter, Johnny Ringo, in an ECW rules match, which basically means there are no rules.
There are no rules.
And that's the stipulation that was made by the fans. Ricky O came to the ring, gave the thumbs up, which means it was official. Danny threw a little hissy fit and left the ring with his crew. And we moved on to the next match,
which was Ray Lars and Vincenzo, who got beat by Nico and Slayer in what you guys described as a little bit of a sloppy match at that.
It was ugly.
It was okay.
Ray Lars, as I described him, was he's like a tree. He has to be like almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Wow.
I mean, he was standing on the floor and his head was higher than the middle rope.
He was higher than the top rope.
So he was a big boy. I know a lot of these guys are young. Two of them being brothers, that would be Vincenzo and Nico. And they fought against each other. They also Vincenzo fights for Warriors of Wrestling as well. So it was a little sloppy. It picked up the pace. As the pace picked up later, it got a little cleaner. But it did see Nico and the ring veteran, who he's very good, Slayer.
Slayer,
I mean, he's
awesome.
He's nuts.
Breaks out of a straitjacket.
He runs down to the ring in a straitjacket, rolls around on the
that?
floor, gets out. Yeah, he's crazy, but he's good. And he struggled at the beginning of the match too, because we discussed this a while ago when Chachi had his problems with Christopher Daniels, and it made Christopher Daniels look bad. It was kind of the same thing, Slayer was made to look bad because guys were botching plays, and botching, and the time too. Like they went way too long, so that kind of ruined it too. The fans kind of lost interest after a little bit. So
you can only be as good as who you're in the ring with.
But I mean, you know what? If they work together more, it'll get better. Just the more you work at it, the better it is. It's repetition. It's anything that you do. The more you do it, the better you are. And anybody wants to listen to broadcast show number 1 through like 15 of Damage 365 Radio, we sound like a bunch of morons. So at least now we sound like educated morons.
We're educated. We're still morons, but we're educated.
Yeah. And I can hear Jarrett Foster right now listening, going, "Oh my God, shut up!
Shut up!"
He only said it 7 times. He did say it about 15 times later in the night when we were showing him pictures of my new house. Every picture he looked at, he was like, "Shut up!" So
we weren't even talking.
Yeah, we weren't even talking. He was just. Right? I'm gonna have to use those for future considerations.
There we go.
Okay, so moving on. Next match.
Next match, we had the number 1 contender match for the JCW title. We had former tag team partners taking each other on. The bad boy, Joey Janela, took on Rhett Titus. After the time limit draw, 5 minutes was added to the match, and it saw the bad boy, Joey Janela, win with the bad boy lock. Rhett Titus tapped out.
He did.
What can you guys say about that match?
It was great. Best match of the night by far.
I mean, I think both those guys, Janela and Titus, are just absolutely amazing. I follow Joey Janela on Facebook, and he's my entertainment every day. is just scrolling through and see what Joey Janela has to say for the day.
Joey Janela changed his ring gear. He didn't come down with the long pant leg tights. He kind of ditched the zebra look. He was wearing just regular wrestling tights. And he looked I was like, why does he look so skinny?
Hey, he had the zebra
boots.
That's because he wasn't wearing his normal gear. So I was like.
But the guy gives his body up.
Oh my God,
he gives his body up.
He guy's nuts.
He's an absolute animal, and if you've seen some of his matches with, we were talking about Kyle the Beast before. Yeah. Go watch some of his matches with Kyle the Beast from I think from this past summer. Oh my God!
Yeah,
the spots that those two put on.
UWA Elite when he suplexed him off the top rope and they both went through a table.
Yeah, and another one was
JCW.
JCW in Middletown.
Yes.
He jumped from the top rope over this 15-foot fence. It was just sick.
Yep. Bad idea.
Yeah. Well, it's a good idea if you're Kyle and you land on top of Joey Janela.
Yeah.
Bad idea if you're Joey Janela.
Yeah, but just speaking of Janela and Titus, I mean, they were tag team champions. They won the tag team J Cup.
Yep.
Just absolutely amazing. Both guys are great athletes, great wrestlers, and they both give their bodies to this company and the job, and it's amazing.
It is, and it's funny because like at the beginning of the show when the announcer says, there's no barricades, be careful because wrestlers will be flying out of the ring. It should be called the Joey Janela rule.
I was just going to say, it's the Joey Janela rule. If there's no guardrails, you're going to get hit by Joey Janela, basically.
He's going to land on you. His feet are going to be on your chair. He's going to be sitting next to you.
The first 5 rows might get wet.
Yeah, the first 5 rows might have some sweat on you. But, overall, the match was great. I can't even break it down for you. The match was technically sound. Great back and forth. Frustration on both sides that they couldn't finish each other off. I actually rather have saw a 3-way triple threat match for the championship.
Yeah.
But this was just as well. This was great. But it was Joey Janela winning in his version of the Yes Lock, as I tagged it the
Bad Boy Lock.
Bad Boy Lock. So yes.
Actually, I think that could stick too. You might want to see if Joey Janela wants to steal that from us.
And actually, the match was so good that they impressed legend Mick Foley.
Yes, Mick Foley came out and he actually called them out and made them come out to ringside again and congratulated them both on a hell of a match. So when you got hardcore legend, WWE Hall of Famer, multiple time WWE champion Mick Foley telling you that you absolutely lit up the night, then you did something good.
Yeah.
So, and I know he was flattered because I know Joey Janela reposted something saying that he was absolutely blown away by those comments. And,
yeah, he did post that. He did post that later on in the night.
Okay, let's move on.
Then the last match of the night, we had the main event, which, as Kev spoke about before, was the ECW rules match between Danny DeManto and Johnny Ringo, who actually announced earlier in the night that it was going to be his last match ever. Yep. And we also had Mick Foley as the special enforcer.
Yes.
Mick Foley played a little bit of a part in that match. Actually, Mr. Sacco played a little bit of a part in that match when Johnny Ringo ended up picking up the win over Danny DeManto in his final match.
Yep, and it was Mick Foley counting the count of 3 using the referee's arms, who was a little dazed and confused on the ground.
He also had to make his way out in the beginning of the match as a special enforcer to have the Players Club, Damian Darling and Eric Andretti, run for their lives.
They were ejected as well, so he chased them from the ring. They were gone. It was Danny DeManto again falling to the big man, to the big matches.
To see the moonsault.
Yeah, no moonsault. I'm probably
no moonsault miss tonight. No moonsault miss last night.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, I was calling for it. I was yelling for it. He didn't do it. But
repetition is key. Remember,
it was Johnny Ringo, the bounty hunter, in his final match in his farewell tour, victorious over Danny DeManto, and that closed out a wonderful night of Jersey Championship Wrestling. And a great job by all involved, and Ricky O, the president, as always, great job. But right now we're going to take a commercial break, and hopefully when we come back, timing-wise, we should have Andrew Anderson on the air. So sit back and relax. Let's go to this commercial break.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Over a decade of excellent dining experience. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. We feature over 25 different types of pizza pies, and also will create anything you want. Our sauces are made fresh daily and use only the freshest ingredients. We also have good old-fashioned style entrees, cooked like your mom used to make. From wraps, calzones, rolls, and pasta specials galore to calamari and soups, all in a cozy atmosphere. Call today or stop on in.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Hey there, little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girl should go walking in these spooky old woods alone. What big eyes you have, the kind of eyes that drives wolves mad. So just to see that you don't get chased, I think I ought to walk with you for a ways. What full lips you have, they're sure to lure someone back. So until you get to Grandma's place, I think you ought to walk with me and be safe. I'm gonna keep my sheep suit on till I'm sure that you've been shown that I can be trusted walking with you alone. Little Red Riding Hood, I'd like to hold you if I could, but you might think I'm a big bad wolf, so I won't. What a big heart I have, the better to love you with. Oh, Little Red Riding Hood, even bad wolves can be good. I try to keep satisfied just to walk close by your side, and maybe you'll see things my way before we get to Grandma's place. Little Red Riding Hood, you sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Little Red Riding Hood, I don't think little big girl should go walking in these spooky old woods alone. Little Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and how freaking awesome was that cover of Little Red Riding Hood? That was amazing. Layla Bear, the same young lady that gave us the version of Bray Wyatt's theme. We're about 3 minutes away from Andrew Anderson, as he has just checked in with us, and we'll bring you him live as soon as he gives us a call in. But we want to definitely let you know next week, this coming Friday, October 24th, at the Union Elks Lodge in Union, New Jersey. That's 281 Chestnut Street in Union, home of the Down Boys, I might add. GCW will be having, of course, pro wrestling, and it will feature